And welcome back. As you know, Texas is one of the first states to start reopening businesses. In fact, phase 2 went into effect today, and we have Governor Greg Abbott joining us live now from Austin. And Governor, first of all, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Great to be with you.
I want to start with something that happened yesterday. You modified your executive orders, removing jail as a punishment for disobeying those orders. And because of the incident involving the hair salon owner in Dallas. Some people are concerned that that might cause other folks to ignore your orders. How would you respond to that, and would you share your reasoning behind that decision with us?
Sure. First, the reasoning behind it, and that is we're dealing with a pandemic situation that has forced people through no fault of their own to have to shut down their businesses. For some of them, it's been a lifetime investment, and now they are literally impoverished. They don't have money to pay for their meal for their own child and things like that. And so it's incomprehensible to those people that they could be arrested for simply trying to go back to work, especially in Dallas County where this took place, where in Dallas County, the district attorney has pronounced that anybody caught stealing items valued at $750 or less is not going to be prosecuted. And so that is a topsy-turvy type of legal system in Dallas County, but more importantly across the state of Texas. We want these rules enforced, and there still are civil penalties that are available that can be used to enforce a violation of these orders. However, in this situation, I think it is unfair and unjust to put someone behind bars.
All right. Now, you met with President Trump yesterday at the White House. Were you able to secure any additional funding or help for the state of Texas?
So we have the opportunity to visit with the president, with the vice president, with Dr. Birx several times a week. This is my second time to visit with all of them this week. And what we've talked about this week is so powerful. And that is their goal now is to have the state of Texas test 2% of our population every month. And so that will mean additional testing capacity coming to the state of Texas, where we will identify more people, whether they have or don't have COVID-19. But we will get a better picture of where Texas is because of the robust testing equipment that's being provided by the White House.
All right. Also, it was announced today by your office that FEMA money is be going to food banks here in the state of Texas. Was that part of the visit yesterday to the White House as well?
Well, it's a part of an initiative that we've been working on here in the state of Texas. You know, unfortunately, a byproduct of so many people being unemployed has led to this massive increase in demand for food from food banks. And so as a result, we're reaching out through FEMA to get funding for that to make sure that no one in Texas will go without a meal. However, the key thing is to get people out of those food bank lines and get them back in the workforce. And I believe that we can get people employed again while also maintaining safety in the state by containing the COVID-19 spread.
Also, earlier in this newscast, we had a story about this new connectivity issue for Texas public school students. What are we going to have to do to get the infrastructure in place to make that work and get the equipment to the students? And how much is that going to cost us?
Sure. So part of it is the strategy, part of it's the funding. But first, the key part for your audience to know, and that is, as we've been through this episode now, where students are unable to attend class, we need to make sure that every student in Texas is going to have access to being able to learn online, where teachers may be able to teach through Zoom or other devices like that, and talk to all their students all at one particular time. And the only way to make that effective is to make sure that every child will be able to do that. So Texas is partnering with the program already well developed in Dallas and the Dallas Independent School District. We have the funding for that because of these federal funds that have been provided to Texas for education-related projects like that.
All right. I guess specifically one of the questions I had was, how will we extend this Wi-Fi connectivity out into the rural areas?
Sure. So part of that is the physical component of it, where is the physical extension. It could be of underground wires, it could be of overground wires, it could be of Wi-Fi spots, where we will be working with the private sector to stand up those facilities to enable the connectivity in every region across Texas.
Okay, so I assume that will also provide some business opportunities for companies here in Texas to get that done.
Absolutely. So it's a win-win. It's great for education, great for our businesses.
One final question here. This pandemic has really been unexplored territory for everyone, private citizens as well as people in government. But some people have complained that the government did too little too late. Others say that the government response at every level, state, local, and federal, has been clumsy and heavy-handed. So what have we learned? What kind of mistakes were made this time around that perhaps we could avoid the next time?
Well, I'll tell you what, the way that we've seen Texans respond has been very effective. Understand this, as we're talking right now, Texas has one of the lowest death rates in America. In fact, the lowest death rate of all the large states. Only big states without much population like Montana and Wyoming and Alaska have lower death rates, but also we have low hospitalization rates. So here's my point, and that is the key things that have to be focused on have made Texas a leader in our response with our low death rate, our low hospitalization rate, and with our ability now to begin to reopen our economy. And I got to tell you this about Nueces County. Texas has a COVID-19 increased growth rate of 3%. Nueces County is at 2%. So Texas is doing great. Nueces County is doing even better.
All right, Governor, thank you very much for your time. As always, a very interesting conversation, and we appreciate you taking time to speak with us as well as share some of your thoughts with our audience here in the Coastal Bend. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Governor.